What's up, people? The Nitro Panda here. Top of the show, we're going to go ahead and start with this time. I know it's new. I know it's different, but it's okay. StoneColdWorks.com. That's right. This is where you go when you have a boring black gun sitting in your house and you want to paint it Baby Yoda colors. Or maybe a unicorn. I don't care if you're a fairy
You need a change in your life.
This is the man to go to. This is where you need to go, and he can do it all. So basically, go to StoneColdWorks.com. You can look at his price sheet as well, and you can actually ship the firearm to him. He can go ahead and Cerakote it up for you. But he doesn't just do firearms. He does a lot of other things. Like we have some cups that I bought for everybody at the podcast here, and he also does like car parts and stuff like that. So if there's anything you want to do, powder coating, Cerakoting, anything like that.
Blesses you.
Odin blesses you. Go to StoneColdWorks.com. And tell him that Covert Standard sent you over there, and he'll hook you up with something.
He's talking about Odin. Did you guys see what Hefe sent us? The story about the
bro, that's so terrible.
The National Guard granting a fucking beard.
For
his pagan beliefs.
For his pagan beliefs. So
that's actually kind of old. Just throwing it out there.
I don't know, but
pagan stuff is
Well, yeah, I know pagan stuff.
No. Like I think the army approved of that like fucking a year or two ago or some shit.
Huh. It's the same thing. Where,
seems like something would have happened under the Obama administration.
Well,
I mean,
what are they called? Exactly the turbans. What was the religious belief on that? Are they sheiks?
The Sikhs.
The Sikhs.
Yeah.
So they're able to wear turbans in uniform, and so they're going back, and the beard thing is a cool thing. But I think everybody's going to end up becoming a pagan.
They should be.
Like everybody's like, I believe in Odin. I want to grow a beard. So now all of our military services are going to have beards. Because they all believe in Odin.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, I think so, too.
It's going to start as a joke and then turn into a real religious movement.
Everybody's pagan now
just
because they can have a beard. The problem is I can't grow a beard, so it doesn't even help me at all.
But the almighty Thor is still watching it.
Yes.
Over
yes.
you.
Yes. Sikhs got the turbans. They generally have beards, too. They got to have a beard. And they, if they're really getting fancy, they got their dagger.
Yes, yeah. I've seen that. It's fucking dope.
I think something like that.
Yes.
Daka shakalaka.
Magna cum laude.
So I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go back and revert to my hairstyle when I was in the military, which is something like that.
Are we, speaking of that, so are we getting drafted?
No. Definitely far from it. But if we were generally, I don't know, for one, I'm too old to be drafted, I'm pretty sure.
Depends on what branch, I believe.
Yeah, it depends on what branch. They can draft you into other branches.
I'm so old, I don't think they'll take me if I'm like, come on, let me in.
They're like, all right, you're drafted.
Your joints are garbage.
Go back home. We don't need you.
Nah, bruh.
To be honest with you, the way it works, it's supposed to be like, I know that there's like rules to it, right? It's like the firstborn child goes or
sacrificing the firstborn child,
or if it's something about if they have kids, like somebody has to be back or held back that can have kids.
I thought it was just a lotto based off of social security numbers. Oh, fuck me.
No,
good job, guy.
It's only your beer that does that. That shit did it last time.
I know it had last time. This beer's fucking blowing up. It didn't like the fridge. Well, I don't know what the hell.
Need a new fridge.
So we didn't go to war with fucking Iran then.
Of course we didn't. No. Even if we did, it wouldn't be World War III, and there would be no draft.
Yeah, but if a draft happens, I think that I would probably take the approach if I would volunteer, so my brother doesn't have to go, because I think that's how it would go. I think I would just jump in.
Yeah, you'd volunteer, and then your brother would get drafted,
and that would piss me off because then it just defeats the purpose. But regardless, I'll volunteer before drafting.
I'd jump in if I needed to. Yeah, I guess there's just beer on this table. I don't know if I should sip it up off the table.
Yes, you should.
You should take off your left shoe and take off your left sock, wipe it, and then put the left sock back on.
Take your pants off. Wipe it off, bro.
And then put your pants on the other chair while it dries. And just sit here with no pants while we're doing this podcast.
What was
beer's worth it.
What was the fucking... Since we were going to a fucking war with Iran, I pointed out that everybody was pointing out that we've already gone to war with Iran in the fucking, like, the games. Damn it. Millennium Challenge or something, 2002.
The games.
Yeah, it was like something he posted about that talked about the war game. Basically, it was a training that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Millennium Challenge 2002, where it was like a fictitious war games of fucking the military going against the Middle East, and one of the retired old MC, fucking like really high general, pretty much made the fucking military shit because he fucking killed everybody, killed all the bad guy because he was playing the bad guy or was running the bad guys.
Right.
He killed a majority of the good guys, and so everybody was trying to compare it to like that war game.
Right.
If we actually go to war with them, and it's fucking a stupid comparison.
Yeah, of course it is. The sleeper terrorist thing that they started putting out there, like Iran threw that out there as a threat. I know you picked that up.
I know. I thought it was awesome.
If you thought that you feel like that's real,
I thought it was awesome. I was super entertained.
I talked to a boss of mine who has some history over there, and he thinks that's totally real. Like, he fucking hates Iran, thinks they're the bane of, they need to get wiped, too. But he thinks that they're real. So I guess I struggle with it. I struggle with it for a couple of reasons. For one, I just imagine like a terrorist like waiting, like just fucking staring at his clock, like, the fuck is something gonna happen, so I'm gonna go blow shit up. It's like a sleeper cell just waiting for what? Like
hold on. So like this guy's,
right? It's like a caricature I have in my mind.
He's worked at McDonald's as a McDonald's drive-through manager for 20 years now.
Why does he have to be McDonald's?
And
he could be a taxi driver.
I mean, if he's relatively like that kind of brown, he should be at like a liquor store or something.
Well,
or like a gas station.
No. He works at McDonald's. He's been doing it for 20 years, and he has a very straightforward life. Like, he goes home, he has like an organization to things, he has his routine. He takes his shower, he eats his, Hungry Man out of the fridge, he watches a little bit of TV, goes to sleep, goes and does the whole thing over again. He's been doing the same thing for 20 years. And then all of a sudden, you hear this chant online of some word from Iran, and then all of a sudden he's just like, bloop, and he's like activated, and all of a sudden he's like this badass, like fucking ninja warrior, fucking whatever.
So my whole thing is like, awesome. Iran is constantly sponsoring terrorism, and they I mean, why would they have assets not doing anything, waiting for a potential war with America, just chilling in America?
Because if we go to war with them,
right,
we have most of our force going over there to fight. We have a majority of our
it's paranoia.
People yes, let me go with this. all of our people that are drafted into it go, so there's less people at home.
I don't know. I'm not thinking draft at all.
So this is not the first country that we've ever came up with this idea of sleeper terrorists. We've said it about Russia. There's also
I know, it's so awesome.
There's like TV shows about it, like the Americans.
Okay, like, so Russia. You say Russia though, that makes more sense to me. Like, Russia is like they have spies.
Too. They said about Chinese too.
China still makes more sense.
Okay,
like, we're talking about,
but not Iran.
No, because we're talking about like Muslim terrorists. Like, it is a religious backing. Like, there's a religious belief behind it, which makes it different. It's not about the state of Iran. It's about the religious, like, there is a church that, Iran is run by the church, but it extends past Iran.
Sure.
Which is why a lot of other Middle Eastern countries fucking hate Iran, because they're trying to subvert their governments. So the whole nonsense about, it's world war. You mean the entire world is going to go fuck up Iran? Like, who's coming to Iran's defense?
All the other sheiks.
Like Russia and China?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Russians are evil.
Well, isn't Iran?
Because Russia needs oil. Like,
that's what I was going to say.
Russia's an oil producer. Like, that's their main export.
Yeah.
They don't fucking need their oil.
Yeah.
So
that's the only thing I can think of is that their supply of oil, because aren't they like one of the biggest?
That's what they do. They like, when oil prices went down, that's what fucked Russia's economy up, because that's their main export is oil, and gas. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's. I mean, I hope we don't go to war with Iran. I hope that the Iranian people figure that shit out for themselves and take out their government, and it results in something positive. That's a huge, big question mark there, that anything would ever actually come from a revolution that turned out good. It's pretty rare that happens.
Okay.
I remember reading about, when I was younger, about China, right?
Yeah.
And the Chinese food restaurants. You guys ever like hear anything about that or read anything about that?
I mean, like the brief histories of like the animals, like the year. And
they said that
they're making or Chow's cats. They fucking cut up cats at Chinese restaurants.
That was a big rumor that they were
thing.
like they were feeding like fucked up animals to make us all sick. So they were taking over the fast food industry quickly, and then all of them were working for.
It seems like a bunch of
communists.
racist white people shit.
No, but like I remember reading about it. It was like an actual thing, and it was
I don't remember that.
And it was like everybody thought that that they were feeding everybody like poison, and because there were so many of them,
Quit buying it.
because there were so many of them that Americans would just die fast because they're everywhere. So I remember reading about that. That was like a thing with Chinese food restaurants, specifically Chinese food restaurants.
That's so silly.
Sleepers.
Chinese people are kind of like the Chinese entrepreneur has been treated a lot like the Jewish people. Like they move to a foreign area and they do successfully well as a small business, and then they get persecuted against that. That happened a whole bunch to them. But Soleimani, like I thought it was really fucking interesting that the media was trying to portray Soleimani as like this like revered person in Iran, and like everybody
they did that with the ISIS leader.
Everybody was so sad that he was dead, and
they did that
everybody
about the
was
ISIS
mourning.
Fuck that guy.
Dude, it's just weird that the American media was doing that. I'm seeing footage all over the place of Iranian protesters ripping their shit, like ripping pictures of him down, protesting in the streets, fucking
happy,
saying he's a piece of shit, saying the government needs to come down.
Happy.
Isn't it fucking crazy that our president wrote a tweet in Farsi, like basically saying like, I'm sorry that your government sucks, Iranian people. I'm with you. You're fucking brave as shit for going out and protesting. Like, did you guys see that shit?
Yeah,
I did. Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Yep.
I agree. We have like I feel like we're doing shit. Like I feel strong with our president Donald Trump. I feel strong. Like he's not. We needed that. We needed a backbone again. Like we needed the whole thing of like, listen, we're not going to be fucked with anymore. You know, we're going to be strong. It's about the people. It's about our country. Like I really feel like empowered by this.
Yeah. Because you're racist, right?
Probably. That's probably what it is. That's probably exactly what it is. No,
it is, bro.
But like, I don't want to be back down. I don't want to be pressured away from things. I don't want people to think that they can walk over us.
Yeah.
You know, let's get that pride back in our fucking country, you know, that we used to have. But on top of that, after that death, I've noticed that, there was a post that I saw, and I don't like to read, you know, certain posts on social media and then believe it, right? Like I don't like to look at things and believe it or go follow behind it. But I really like the post that says, "Look who is upset about the death, and then who's is praising the death, and then like you can tell like who's actually upset." And it's like a lot of the Democrats like came over and said, you know, they're upset about it. Like they're like, I can't believe it, this kind of thing, you know, whatever. But
Diane Hersey Ali has PTSD from it.
But
from the stresses of whether we're going to war or not.
But did you hear them shitting on the whole that like the reason why we defended that post was because of Benghazi. Yeah. Right? Benghazi was a thing. We don't want it to happen again. So we fucking went in.
It made me so happy that like we're not fucking having that happen again.
Yes.
We had the appropriate response. Like,
exactly.
Oh, you should be fucking scared.
No,
you want to come fucking kill Americans in the embassy?
You should be.
We're going to show you fear. We're going to show you fear.
Well,
I fucking loved it.
Yeah, they didn't see that in the left.
I love that anger.
When you look at the media, you didn't see that in the left. They like it made me feel like the left didn't give a fuck about Benghazi.
Right.
The way that they responded to it.
Didn't. They still don't.
That's the whole fucking point. Why? Why don't you give a fuck? You
feel me? About Americans. That's why. Those Americans that are fighting for the freedoms that they are fucking going against.
Even a fucking ambassador, like the dudes over there.
They drug him through the streets and beat the shit out of him, ripped him apart. The fucking ambassador from the fucking the Benghazi incident. Like he was literally tortured.
Yeah,
and we didn't do anything. Yeah, people died. We didn't do anything. Yeah, so fuck yeah, we went in there. Fucking Marines touched down and fucking stopped that shit right away. Yeah. Fuck that.
That was awesome.
Rah. Is that what you've been doing? Have you been doing that all day?
I've been doing that all day.
Rah.
Kill.
Welcome.
Civil War. I like this war talk. Sorry. Virginia.
I think that
Virginia Mitchell. Did you know that because I just read this.
I think it cooled all that Civil War talk down.
Nope. Virginia governor declares state of emergency following militia threats over gun reforms.
Yeah.
They fucking have threatened pretty much the government of fucking whomever's trying to fuck them. Yes, thank you for that one. And so now they're like on lockdown because they're worried about the militias coming to fucking kill them.
They should be scared.
They should be scared, Don't fuck with your people.
Don't fuck with the guns. Coming for your guns.
They're taking their guns.
I like how you have to pause. You have to pause what you're saying just so you can get that in there.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I do believe they're taking their guns. Yes.
I watched a video, and it was about the fucking chickens, bro. It was about
what?
Okay, follow me here. It was
I'm lost already.
The
fucking chickens, man.
Fucking chickens.
Goddamn chickens.
Okay,
they're coming for you guys.
So, in a spot in California, they decided that there was a potential for this like avian outbreak, some fucking bird outbreak, and so they ordered a quarantine.
Zombies.
And so all these people that have chickens as pets, right? That's like a common thing. Like people have chickens in the backyard for eggs, and then they have them as pets. So they did a quarantine, and all these people that privately own these chickens, they quarantine their own chickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we're
tracking.
I'm not tracking.
All right,
yeah,
keep going. I'll get there. I know it's going to take a second, but so they start making execution orders for these chickens.
For chickens.
For chickens.
Execution order for cool. I like where this is going.
They need to be killed. And so like they go to these houses, like there's one that the main story is about was an ex-cop, and she had actually quarantined all of her chickens exactly like to all regulation, and then she paid a vet to go test every single one of her birds for this disease, and had like in writing, none of these birds have this fucking disease you're worried about. Mm-hmm. And they showed up like the Food and Drug Administration California's version of it. Fucking showed up with basically a warrant saying we can do whatever the fuck we want. We're going to kill these birds with a bunch of law enforcement, and came in and fucking killed all of their fucking turkey and all their chickens. And like the mom's like recording it, and her kids are like fucking bawling in the background. And like it's this big emotional thing, and then she starts a Facebook page, and they start like getting together all these other people that own chickens. That the state's coming in and murdering
the chickens
pets.
Are rising,
and so they when it's happening to them, all these other basically support groups that it's happened to, and people that don't want it to happen to them, they start showing up to the houses, and so
with all of their chickens.
No, they just show up as to protest.
Pokemon.
How awesome would it be if they showed up and they had like everybody brought their chickens, so there's like 1 million chickens standing here like kill them all, bitch.
So law enforcement starts like fucking showing up in force because they feel threatened from all these people when they're coming into their fucking property and murdering their animals, like, and their pets. Like,
who gave the order though? Did they actually get a judge to agree to this?
They gave a judge basically was giving a criminal style warrant to the Food and Drug Administration, whatever it is, that they could go in there. And then not only could they go in there and kill those birds, but they could search the entire property, whatever they want, and they could come back whenever they wanted for the next 120 days.
Jesus Christ!
Right?
Who's this judge?
Right?
He don't like chicken. He's a vegan. He's a vegan judge.
But he's murdering all these chickens, right?
He's a vegan judge.
So I'm watching this thing, and it's like these people are getting really passionate, really emotional. These kids crying, and like there's an autistic kid that like he got these chickens as like fucking therapy, and then they like fucking came in and murdered the chickens in front of the autistic kid. And now he's all fucked up, and he keeps on talking like, and it's like. It's kind of like the sad story, but also like at the same time it's fucking chicken nuggets, you know. But
you mean
all this thing is going on, and I'm like, first of all, yes, you know, I am kind of pissed off. Like law enforcement should be kind of intimidated to carte blanchely go in and murder people's fucking pets in their property on their private property.
It's a chicken,
right? I know it's their pets though.
No. I mean, it's a chicken. Like that's stupid that we should be going into it.
Right.
Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want.
That law enforcement should be involved in it. Right. But also the other thing is only in fucking California. That shit doesn't fucking happen in Texas, does it?
No.
Right. Like
they get an army together. You ain't getting these fucking chickens, bitch. Good luck.
Right.
Dude.
Only in California. They fucking neutered everybody, and now there's nothing they can do, and they're fucking, like, dictatorous little over chickens. Like, we're gonna murder... Like, imagine if that was dogs. Like, there's a virus we're worried about, but we're gonna go in and murder your dog. And there's nothing you can do about
that.
it.
I think would be fucking. That would be Civil War,
right? Yeah.
If somebody comes over and
we're gonna. Sorry, this is a lawful order, sir. That's the kind of answers they're giving these people.
My dog doesn't have a disease. Look, here's the paperwork. The vet has checked him out. Doesn't have the disease. We're still gonna kill him. Okay, guy. That's when it's like it's too far.
Right.
But now that we're on the California topic about how dumb they are, like the chicken thing. I like that. I guarantee Judge had to have been vegan. He just
Virginia, California,
militia,
Civil War,
and California is
chicken nuggets.
After the
chicken nuggets,
when you have guns,
chicken nuggets.
When you don't have guns.
Yes.
So same.
When you have guns, we don't have guns. Yes.
They gave up guns. California ain't got shit.
They suck.
They do. Yeah. It's just very, very.
Very restricted.
God, it's so
neutered.
It's so restricted. It's very neutered.
And Virginia doesn't want that to happen. So
who's
for chicken nuggets, bro?
Chicken nuggies.
Sorry,
say it right. It's chicken nuggies. Okay, if we're gonna reference Baby Yoda, you better do it fucking correct.
Baby Yoda.
So, California.
Yep.
Did you know Tuckerson, whatever, from Fox News?
No,
Tucker
Carlson. He did a complete story about how California's homeless is horrible.
Out of control and fucking disgusting.
Not only is it out of control. That's awesome. Not only is it out of control, but they're also not, like, a lot of the criminals out there are just getting away with shit because one, they don't have the money, resources, and the room to keep them. So if any, like, they were interviewing one of the past, like, police, like, executives. I don't know if they were like a captain or something like that.
Yeah, you're very bad with the terminology.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
And they were asking, like, questions, and they were like,
chief, a lieutenant,
whatever. And they were like, oh, well, it's like, I think she was saying if it's under $950, then they just get a citation. So, like, if you rob, you can literally rob.
Basically,
somebody.
It's legal to steal.
Yes, you can rob.
You'll get
somebody.
A ticket.
Yes. If I steal,
also you're homeless. We're never gonna find you.
Yes, and the homeless is so, dude. Me being out there, like, I could see it how bad it was because when I went out to go visit, it was so bad that they don't even seclude themselves anymore in, like, little villages or homeless shelters.
No, they're everywhere.
They just sleep right here. They just sleep right here
in front of your house,
right there,
in front of your business.
Where? Right there.
Yeah.
Where do you want it? Right there. That's where they're sleeping. It doesn't matter. They'll just fucking plop down, sleep right there. There's no regulations. Even if it's
nothing you can do about it.
And ain't shit you could do about it.
California side,
and they just take.
You could get arrested.
They'll take
for harassing them.
They'll take a shit on your sidewalk. They'll piss on your sidewalk. They'll put all of their trash in your fucking thing.
Needles,
drugs. They'll do drugs and then be like a crazy cracked out motherfucker. Right? You can't do shit. There's nothing you can do. They want to arrest them.
I mean, they can arrest, like, store owners that try to run them off.
Yes. So it's like ass backwards over there. It's really bad. So
been that way for a while, though.
That's kind of how communism works.
Virginia's, yes, exactly.
To be ass backwards.
Virginia, Civil War. Good luck with your fight. I think you.
I hope it won't ever come to that.
I hope it doesn't. But good luck with your defensive fight because you don't want to turn into what California really wants to be.
Right.
And it's bad. So as long as we're not California, we're good.
Well, I mean, should we shoot Americans if it comes to it? Civil War?
Yeah, that's always the $1 million question. Generally, the answer is no for me. That'd be a no.
But
passive resistance.
But who?
You got to be murdering people till I pick up arms.
But there are certain.
But I can fucking passive resist the fuck out of everything.
But what if we classify you? Right? What if we classify you as American?
There we go.
What would take you to be an American so that way I don't defend myself?
But I mean, would it be that or would it be fucking Republican against Democrats?
No.
Red and blues?
It's terrible. Don't do that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with Democrats per se. It's not a good thing.
It's just the extremists on either side. Line. It's extremists on either side.
Most fucking Democrats are not your enemy. So mass majority.
The Civil War that we had, right? It was North and South, right? The Unions versus Confederate, right? Mm-hmm. That was the classification you were. You fought on the side you chose to fight with, and then boom, you got into a fight. So my understanding is, okay, are we shooting Americans? Well, I think at that point, we would classify a certain type of person, belief settings, and infrastructure of what we would be defending against. And I think that we're misunderstanding the fight is defensive. I am defending myself. I'm not going after anybody. I'm just defending myself. You're not going to take my shit. You're not going to take my rights. And if you want to come this way, then I will retaliate. I think that would be more of me just as a self-defense perspective versus me going out and just, murdering people. You know what I'm saying? So
can we just fuck up their day? Like, can we just bother them? Can we harass them until they change their mind?
I really wish we could just fucking push a reset button.
60-round mag, bro.
like I wish there was like a reset button on certain things, like an emergency fucking motion that can help defend against certain things that are happening too,
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Virginia's scary, but I think it'll resolve itself non-violently.
Dude, I'm from Virginia, man. Like that's where I'm from. Like I still have family there.
Yeah.
They're not family that pay attention to politics, though, unfortunately.
So they're like, yeah, we don't know what's going on. We're just going to work.
I can't call them and be like, hey, what do you think? But like,
do they listen to our podcast?
No, they barely speak English.
Weird.
Yeah, they speak Filipino.
Dude, this Filipino person that I'm working with fucking cracks me up. I don't know if English is their second language or if she's just around people growing up that like it was their second language. She picked up so much stuff. So, like, when she tries to describe things, she does a terrible job. And it's just so, like, you do this, and then you do that, and then you do that, and you do this.
Yeah, the whole language is, like, so everybody has an accent.
It's so, like, quintessentially Filipino.
So everybody has an accent, right? When you're from another country, you try to speak English. Everybody has an accent, right? You can tell who's Russian. You can tell who's from Spain or if they're Spanish because they have a certain accent, a certain way they say things. Filipinos definitely have a certain way that they say things, and you can separate them from other Asian cultures.
Can you demonstrate some?
So my name's it's Freddy. Everybody knows Freddy. But it's not pronounced. So the F sound
Freddy
is they don't have an F sound in their language.
Right.
They replace it with a P sound.
Yeah.
So every time they say something with an F in it, it's a P instead. So instead of saying Freddy, they say Freddy boy.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy. So like if they say words like we used to have customers that come and shop all the time and they would ask me questions and they'd be like, what is the difference between this 9mm and the 45? And you'd be like, well, this is the dip.
Good, Mara. Let me explain it to you.
So, like, it's always they have an F, and then it always seems like that they're listening and understanding, and they nod their head and everything, but they didn't hear shit you said. So they'll be like, I see, and they'll ask a question again. So what is the difference? like they didn't listen to anything you fucking said. Yeah, so that's like the little bit of like language gap, but everybody has it,
Right.
Like V's or
Dude,
B's.
have you tried to learn a different language?
Yes, I tried.
Have you?
I'm horrible.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It's fucking hard.
I'm horrible.
And also
at it.
there's like trying to pronounce Japanese. Like I am fucking horrible. Like there is all kinds of words I'm like I cannot say. But
Mitsubishi.
I'm getting hard right now. What are we doing?
There's phrases that I just like. It's so out of what I would use for English that like I just fuck it up over and over again. I fuck it up. Like that's just how it is. Like the fucking don't work those muscles that way. Speaking of fucking random Japanese shit.
No, I like that.
I jumped down a fucking hell of a Capcom rabbit hole.
Resident Evil.
All of the Resident Evil.
Marvel versus Capcom. I just have to say that. It's pretty fucking dope. Jill's in there too. She fights and her special is sending zombies your way. It's
what's
awesome.
up with Jill? When the fuck are we getting another game with Jill in it? Last thing we got was bullshit fucking Resident Evil 5 to where she was like a character that was in the game that you didn't even play.
She was like one of those side characters, those side bitches.
You had to fucking rip the mind control thing.
I know. I'm just trying to. I'm thinking Jill is coming up.
Jill Valentine.
Yeah,
she's talking about that spider thing between her tits.
Yeah, but that's that's a remake. You know.
Yeah,
I think they're also simultaneously working on 8.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what 8's going to be.
What?
Sorry.
You guys are like, hi, I'm here.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Hey, guys.
Resident Evil. We have white guy talk over here.
We had an intense conversation.
Good Morrow.
I had to test.
Who you got?
Hoi, mizu, Doshima. No, I had to test my mic to see if it was working. I'm like, yeah, like I had
I'm trying to. You're just talking over me.
Look at me.
Sorry, you were like, you know,
sorry.
the mind control.
I'm sorry.
And then I was like, the spider between her tits. You guys just kept talking. I was like, I said tits, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, I said tits. Come on, listen to me.
Resident Evil. We'll get into it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get really amped up.
You guys were really just now had a romantic moment. Like I watched this shit transpire.
You were jealous.
You guys, I am jealous. What the fuck? You guys literally locked eyes now.
We were just talking about just walking into your house and you were beating off. So
yes.
Why aren't we doing that right now?
Why aren't we?
Yeah.
What? How do you know we're not?
Because your hand. I see both your hands. I see his hands.
But you don't know how I do.
You don't know where my hands are.
So, fucking was Avalanche Reviews. The guy goes over every fucking single video game, including like the Game Boy games.
Yeah. Gaiden.
Yeah. He made me want to. For one, I need to buy 7. I haven't played it. I still haven't played 7.
It's good.
I know it's probably not as good as 2, but
I haven't beat the second half.
Oh yeah,
I still haven't done Claire's part.
Mm-hmm. I will say, if I have a single complaint about 2, is that it is not like they didn't do A and B right in the fact that like A happens and then B is like the thing that also simultaneously happened and you just didn't get to see it, and so now you get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
They just basically did like A is either Leon or Claire's story and second run is Leon or Claire's story. Like it's the same, you're just bosses change, but it's the same fucking story. Like, I was hoping that things would switch up, but they don't really. It's either Claire's story or Leon's story.
The first remake, you said you recommended me going back to play that.
I fucking just beat it.
Yeah.
I just beat the first remake. It's, I mean, old school tank controls, fixed view. I mean, it's not as bad at like the remake gives you a little bit better ability to run around and move slightly better, and the cameras aren't truly fixed. On some angles, they'll like pan or like move just slightly to give it a little bit more of like a movie feel. Which I'm a goddamn expert in all this stuff now because I watched Avalanche reviews on every single fucking version of every single port of every single game. That started in Code Veronica.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is when you stop watching porn and you get into a relationship. You start going down these kind of rabbit holes, okay? He doesn't watch porn anymore. He watches these videos of other people.
Good videos, though.
Other people watching porn is what he's doing right now.
There's also some chick that I was watching that's also obsessed with Resident Evil that did a few very, very good reviews. But yes, Resident Evil 1, it's old school bullshit, and I love it. Like it's like bad controls, bad view, hard as fuck. Like don't look up anything online. You figure that shit out. Like treat it like it's the 1998 again. Like,
I remember how to beat I probably could. I mean, hold on. If I could run through the game.
They changed things enough on the remake.
The remake is fucking awesome.
I was about to ask you, because I can run through the original, no problem, A to Z, all the way to the end.
Remake's different.
Okay, cool.
They've redone a lot of shit in the remake.
And they added a couple things.
Yes.
I liked it.
Nice.
It's good. It's fucking good.
Is the underwater part still there? The shark part?
Yep.
Oh, but it's better.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I care about. That was the best part of the entire thing. That was my favorite part.
Bro, it's so good.
We were talking about that. What was your favorite part in the first one?
The original, like original, the terribleness of the voice acting.
Barry.
But yeah,
Barry sandwich.
Barry was always my favorite. Or Jill sandwich.
He was everybody's favorite, but he was never in the game. He was like there for 2 seconds, but I wanted to be Barry.
I need to play Revelations.
I love Revelations.
Did you ever get your medallion for your Beretta?
He won't respond to me.
See, man, what the fuck?
I don't know if I have to buy the whole grips and just tear up his grips and then take the medallion
send it back to him and be like, I want a fucking refund,
right?
asshole.
Like the one dude that makes the fucking Resident Evil grips. He says that he makes these medallions that can be replaced in airsoft and they're higher quality. He won't respond to me. Like I sent him an email. I didn't get anything. I had Fred send him an email, and then I sent him another email.
Is he dead?
And nothing.
He's probably dead.
His website's still up, and no one else is complaining online.
Still be running if he's dead.
Yeah, but no one's complaining online that he's not responding. I feel like
is anybody saying that he is responding?
Like,
maybe he knows that you're a nerd, and so he's like, nah.
I actually found that I think I might be related to the dude that makes those grips. Wild fucking small world. I seriously, like, he has the same last name as my mom's maiden name, and he lives in the same fucking small town in Kansas that I came from. What are the fucking chances of all that? And I wrapped all that up in an email, like, holy shit. Blah, blah, like,
he was really trying to get him. He was really trying to get him to answer back.
And he got and I got nothing.
We're family, motherfucker.
I was like,
do you know
we're related?
Do you know my grandpa or my uncle? Like, my uncle's still alive in town where you live. Like, and he nothing. I got nothing from him.
Maybe he's just super old. He just doesn't do emails.
But I do know I still like that Beretta. I suck with it.
Does he have a shop? Does he have a shop?
No, there's a P.O. box.
Yeah. Did you mail him a letter?
I should mail him a letter.
You should mail. I bet you he'll respond to a letter. It's like that old school. Like, he's got like a typewriter and he's like licking his fingertips.
I was asking people in town, like, because again, it's like 60,000 people that live there. I'm like, do you know this guy? Do you know Derek?
Did you actually?
Yes,
you went that far?
Yeah, I was talking to people in town that I knew. Like, hey, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy? And nothing. No one said shit.
So he's make believe.
He's dead.
I don't know.
Make-believe.
I mean, but he's not make believe because there's all kinds of people on Beretta forums talking about his shit and how awesome it is.
I love where we're going today with these fucking Civil War and then Resident Evil.
By the way, that was a very, very accurate shot that they took at him, at Salami or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, that was the drone strike?
Very accurate shot. Like, there was no casualties besides who was in that car.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, come on. That's great. That's great.
I don't know if you don't know this, but we good at killing people.
Well, yeah. No, I know that.
But we're a little too good sometimes, especially when it's the CIA sending shit. I think the military, like the actual military, is a little bit more accurate with their stuff. They actually care about casualties. CIA don't really care.
CIA, bro.
They're like, disappear? Got it.
Right.
Everything.
And then they leave their calling card.
I forgot it was like 2/3 of the victims of like their attacks were casualties, like civilian casualties in the Middle East. The CIA is bad.
They shot down the Ukrainian plane too, right?
The CIA?
No.
Iran.
Yes. The CIA did that too, right? No, Iran. Iran shot down a Ukrainian plane.
It was full of fucking Canadians and Iranians.
And they were like, what did they say the excuse was? Like, well, we thought it was a...
They said it was human error. And they took, I mean, they
That's a fucking big human error.
Right.
I did not mean to press the button, and I pressed the button.
They took off from Tehran. Like, they took off from the Iranian airport. Like, it wasn't, it wasn't like they were, like, flying through the country. Like, they took off from Tehran. Like, their own fucking capital.
Well, this is what happened when you take their general away, because now that you cut the head off the beast.
It was like 157 people. 11 of them were Ukrainian, so some Ukrainian people, and then most were just Ukrainian, fucking flight attendants and pilots and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a bunch of Canadians, and then a decent, I think like 80 something Iranians, and then like
was Hunter Biden on that plane?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Nope, he didn't go to Tehran.
Oh, I figured it's a Ukrainian plane.
I really would hate us to go to war with Iran. Not because
I would hate us to go to war, period. There's no, let's just chill. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when somebody's doing certain things.
Just Iran can be cool as fuck. It just isn't. If that makes any sense.
You know how I am about bullying, right?
Like their geography and their cities are fucking cool. They just need to murder all their leaders and then hope it works out.
Face the bully.
Well, that's what we're going to be going and doing.
Not run.
I just want them to do it.
Not run and hide from the bully, but face the bully. So yeah. I like the fact that we stood up and we did something.
Yeah, of course. Dude, it's a no-brainer. Hey, they're trying to start some shit. Also, we have a known terrorist general that's on our fucking active military soil.
That has killed
Americans. A lot of Americans.
Fuck them.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that anybody was questioning, Trump didn't have the right. We're gonna go to war because who gave him the authority? Fuck.
Who is that?
I love
every
your voices.
cunt.
Every cunt. That's what a cunt. That's what a cunt sounds like. So I would really be happy. Matter of fact, I'd have a hard on for America if our nuclear button was one of those like done buttons that you would find at Staples.
The easy button?
The easy button. I would just an easy button and then just press it. Boop. That was easy. I would have a fucking hard on.
I will tell you this. This is something that kind of scares me. We have total supremacy with the drone situation.
Yep.
I'm kind of scared for when we don't have total supremacy with the drone situation.
What do you mean?
We're kind of establishing a little scary protocol. Like, not necessarily for what happened.
You're talking about?
Not necessarily what we did with that general, because, again, super precise strike. Fuck that guy. He's a known terrorist. He's in Iraqi soil where we're operating. Like, he basically asked to die. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking going to Iraq.
Yeah.
A fucking moron. Glad we killed him.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, like, the whole 2/3 of people are civilian casualties, CIA kind of fucking drone strikes. Like, just, we have the superiority. We're just going to launch bombs and fucking blow up wedding parties because there's one dude there that we don't like, so we're going to kill everybody kind of thing.
I mean, that was a pretty precise strike.
That exact one, but that, like, also the bombing the wedding parties definitely has happened.
Yeah.
And it's not the Marines. It's not the Air Force. It's the fucking CIA. They do it with impunity.
Yeah.
It just scares me of, like, okay, what happens when a bunch of people got drones? You know, what does that world look like?
We have a habit of selling.
Right.
We have a habit of selling our own technology to other people for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
Because it's not like the military came up with all this shit. It's the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
The private market comes up with this, and they sell it to the military, and they want to sell it to more people.
They tend to sell our technology to other countries. What?
God damn it!
I'm so tired. Stop! It's an audio show, guys.
Sorry, listeners.
We're talking to our amazing listeners, and then all of a sudden we go silent because we're looking at something, and they can't see what we're looking at. Was it boobs?
Just imagine it.
No, it was me taking pictures of you, bro.
Oh, of me?
Yeah.
Was it an amazing picture?
No, you're in it.
Yeah.
It was an amazing
picture. You took a terrible picture of me.
Magna cum laude, this
Magna
dick.
cum laude. You're just jealous. You're just jealous that I have a lot of cum laude.
Arsenal. Arsenal. Arsenal, the AK company? Arsenal?
Yes, AK-20. Go ahead.
They're making AKs in America, for one, rather than just importing them.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with a model called the AK-20. And they elongated the front trunnion.
Okay.
And added a couple rail attachment points.
Ooh, they fancy.
And they came up 40 millimeter.
They came up with a free float AK.
Are they running 545 or 762?
762 by 39.
Oh, yeah, classics.
And then adjustable gas block.
Oh.
Ooh, so
adjustable gas block, and then free float rail with a rail on the top. My only fear is that it's going to be like 13 pounds.
Heavy as a motherfucker.
Heavy as fuck.
Work out.
How much does this gun weigh? As much as you're willing to lift, sir. You're going to buy this shit?
Come on.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about them making everything, making more stuff stateside. There's not enough good AK manufacturers on the stateside. There's
more AK, the better.
I like my Riley Defense a lot, and I think the Palmetto State Armory side of things has come a long way. I think that they're making decent stuff. I don't think they're innovating, but I think that they're making a decent AK. The cool thing about the AK-20
Did you say Palmetto State Armory is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their AKs, they have third generation AKs. They're not bad guns.
I don't think I've fucked around with them enough to get an opinion on it.
Forged mil-spec forged trunnions.
I hear nothing but good things about them.
Yeah, I mean they're a fucking solid gun. I like the 9mm AK that Palmetto State came up with. Take Scorpion mags. That's kind of innovative and fucking cool as shit.
It takes Scorpion mags.
It takes Scorpion mags.
Nerd.
It's cool as shit.
Magna cum laude this dick.
You're just fucking jealous, bitch. Why do I feel like it's a fucking mistake to tell this guy anything? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, guys, I'm really, really excited about this. What, a lot of cum?
You fucking nerd.
You fucking nerd.
That other shit, I'll be excited for that.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. I've been working on a lot of shit.
That don't gain you nothing. But
that gives me a lot.
No, it don't.
I don't
opportunity. Open doors.
When you are about to get your ass
Diploma,
kicked, you're going to pull that up and be like, Magna cum laude. They're going to be like, fuck you, nerd, and beat the shit out of you. But no, we know how to fight people and do other things. That'll save your ass. That won't.
I'm going to bring that now.
I hope you do.
Prove you wrong.
I hope you do.
I'm going to prove you wrong.
Guess who I saw
punch
today?
right through it.
Guess who I saw?
You want to fight right now?
Yeah.
Little Frank.
Who that?
Who's
Frank.
Little Frank? Little Frank.
Oh yeah, that one. I saw.
I didn't want to give last names. Sorry, podcast.
I like how he lipped it. I heard the lip. I think the listeners, if they turn it up,
they can hear the lip. Just the lip sync. I didn't say it, but you can hear my lip sync loud enough. I
saw him too.
Yeah, just a little guy in this big fucking gear, carrying his AR mags and his fucking.
That's dope, man. I want to see that. I want to see a picture of that. You didn't take a picture?
No, I just saw him today.
I want to
Gave him a hug. I'm glad he's doing all right. He's good. He's a good dude.
I did see him.
Dude, I've known him forever.
I think he's a good dude. I've great.
known him possibly
it scares me that he's out there
or longer than you.
What?
I think I've known him as long or longer than you.
I have to kill him now.
Now that I just said that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I know where he works too. So yeah, he fucked up.
That's it. Sorry, Frank. Apologize.
You almost made it.
Yeah,
you almost made it.
Sorry about your luck, bro.
Yeah. No, just run. Actually, no. You'll be tired.
No
zigzags.
No. Zigzags. Like there's no aspect. You're not gonna get away.
Zigzag.
I got better everything. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. You don't have a better.
Yep. A Magna cum laude this dick. Yeah, I don't have that. You're right.
Anyway, so
cool.
I really want to SBR 300 Blackout for real, but now I'm like torn on
Not
doing.
Not for fakes?
No, not for fakes. I'm actually torn away from doing an actual SBR and doing the tail hook.
Yeah. So I can say this because by the time it posts, SHOT Show will have come out. So I'm not giving anything away. But Daniel Defense is coming out with a new personal defense weapon, PDW, 7-inch barrel, 6-inch rail, 300 Blackout. With a brace or with a stock, and it's just about exactly what you've been wanting.
I got a boner right now.
That's cool.
He's been talking about building one of those, and I showed him a BCM upper of like, here's an upper. I know BCM's a nightmare trying to get their actual gun, but you can buy an upper easy. But Daniel Defense, they're actually an easy company to work with, and they make a good fucking rifle, and they're making exactly what you're after.
It's exactly what I want.
Yeah. They're coming out with it. It's pretty
How would
cool.
you do that? You would form
one it,
and then just order it over, and then just form one it.
I mean, as far as the buying an SBR factory,
yeah,
you'd have to form for it, and it'd take forever.
I do.
Yeah, but if you could buy the pistol version and then put a stock on it, form one it, E1, electronic form one it, comes back in like 30 days, and then you just put the stock on yourself.
Huh.
It's definitely
I'm going to look into it whenever.
And the stock that they put on, like the arm brace, it's compatible with the stock. So you can just basically like remove the arm brace section and put the stock on.
So that way there's nothing else that changes. And it's the buffer, nothing changes.
Right.
That's good.
And it's kind of like
it's the PDW stock. Yeah, it's the one that collapses the forks on the side.
Right.
That's that's one of my favorite stocks.
Yeah. So that's the setup of it.
I want one.
It's pretty cool.
I want a 300 Blackout. And then I want to paint it Baby Yoda colors.
Yes. I'll try to get a. I guess we're giving away the secret here, but hopefully I'll post up a picture on our Instagram of this PDW.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that.
Yes. I want it. I want one. I definitely want one. I'm going to build one.
The problem is that Daniel Fence is making it, and it's really dope, but it's not going to be $500.
I love spending. I love spending $3,000 on things.
I mean, it's not going to be that bad. I would guess. I don't know. I would
24.
guess 18.
Yeah, 18.
I'm at
15
24.
18.
I'm at 24.
Yeah, they're not that bad. They're mid level. Like they make some semi-auto 6.5 Creedmoors and 300 Blackouts that are expensive.
I had no fucking clue that handguns for competition could be so expensive. I know they could be expensive. Let me back up. I know they could be expensive, but in my mind, I'm thinking expensive to me is like a $3,000 gun
That's expensive.
is expensive as fuck, especially for a handgun that I'm using specifically to shoot at fucking steel targets or
STI.
paper or something, right?
STI, $3,000.
And I fucking love STIs. But they get even more expensive, and it blows my fucking mind that people want these things.
For STI, staccato or something.
Staccato P's are like their but those are their cheap line.
Yeah, I like the DVC.
This year they are changing everything to be some form of staccato, but they're going to be between $3,000 and $2,000.
I want one.
Yeah, I agreed.
What's the one? What's the one that old boys into? That's like a $5,000 gun. Atlas. Have you ever heard of this company?
Atlas Gunworks.
You should look it up.
They're a 2011 platform, but they do an aluminum frame instead of a polymer frame, so it's more rigid. And then it's a bunch of exclusive nonsense to make it $2,000.
It's a $5,000 fucking handgun that is old. It's like back ordered shit. People actually buy the fuck out of this thing to shoot.
$150 magazines.
Holy fuck.
$150.
There's no way, man. There's no fucking way.
It's just for fucking blowjobs. It's not like for people to blow themselves.
Wait. Oh, okay.
For them to blow themselves.
If you can blow yourself, you don't need this gun.
No, you buy this gun so you can blow yourself.
I thought you meant like I can get blowjobs if I buy this gun.
No.
Because then like I would buy the gun and I would just have unlimited blowjobs for the rest of my life.
No.
Okay.
It's this is super exclusive. I'm so cool for having this.
Okay.
If you
I can't shoot it for shit.
If you can shoot it, great. But I would bet you most people that get it are not. I mean, it's not gonna win you the match. Like it's just not. Like,
well, so of course
you could shoot, fucking it. If
$5,500, that's
right.
Oof. Supposedly there's I guess I don't know anything about you'll help me more on this.
Right.
I'm not a machinist at all. But I guess apparently the reason why they're so good is that they pay attention to a lot more than what most people do when they make a gun. Like they pay attention to the rise, the drag, the trigger pull, the shooting, the ability of it. They computerize a lot of it, and then they literally get the tolerances down to thousands of an inch, whatever. That the gun is like a cheat code in your hand.
Right.
I don't know how true that is because I've never shot one.
So it has a scallop in the slide, and it's for balance purposes, and it's so that under recoil you're kind of like staying really flat. And the triggers are very, very, very light and very, very, very short. But that's like a tuned 1911. Like
you can make anything.
Right. I mean,
well, that's what I was going off of. Like I thought that $3,000 for guns, a lot of fucking money, and you could shoot very well with that.
Like, I don't think that two good shooters come to a match. One has a $2,000 gun and one has a $5,000 gun. I don't think the $5,000 gun guy wins just because he's got the $5,000 gun.
Well, it
comes down to the fucking
$5,000 fucking dollars.
It comes down to the shooter. And I will say this, you just got to shoot. You got to get the fuck out there and shoot. And if having a $5,000 gun is your bag, great for you. Fucking by all means, get that $5,000 gun. You fucking go do you. But what's way more important is you fucking buy ammo and you fucking shoot. Like the guy that spends $5,000 on that gun and then doesn't have any money for magazines or ammo for the next 6 months is way worse off than buying a $500 gun and buying 5,000 rounds of ammo, 5 magazines, and going to a match every fucking weekend. Like you just are. You're going to beat that asshole after that 6 months.
Is it weird that I feel like I don't shoot as much as I used to anymore simply because of my current situation? That once I get out of said current situation, I feel like I'm going to shoot a lot more because I'm going to be able. I think I'm going to be able to enjoy it again.
The question is, what do you want to shoot? Because I've been having people trying to approach me of like, hey, take this seriously and be a sponsored shooter. We can set you up, but you gotta start shooting things that are like official. But I'm such a lame fuck. Like I get more joy out of the practical side of shooting, the things that I feel like are establishing things that'll help save my life. Versus I'm playing a video game on easy and running around like an asshole and just shooting really fast. Like there's not like there's no value in that, but it also teaches you a lot of terrible habits to have. So I think that there's
it didn't teach John Wick bad habits.
IDPA. Like I think that's probably the most practical one versus IPSC or USPCA or USPSA.
PSA.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible with acronyms.
I would like to practice more with carbine. I think handgun I can get better at.
So here's the problem with carbine. I love two-gun matches, and there are more two-gun matches out there, but none of it's sanctioned because it's not as much of a game thing, which is why I love it so much. You can do three-gun stuff, but three-gun stuff is a lot more like IPSC. It's just shoot fast and run. Don't really fucking seriously use cover. Don't use any kind of tactics to shooting. It's great in technique. You need technique. You need to shoot well for that game to do well. High in technique, almost nothing in tactics. I like having some orientation of tactics because ultimately it is a game. No matter what you do, two-gun matches I go to, it's a game. All right. There's a game aspect to it. There always will be. But when it's so solely focused on the game aspect of it, it sucks all the joy out of it for me. I want some kind of I want to be thinking about cover. I want to be thinking about moving and shooting and reloading, which IPSC is great for. You never want to run out of ammo. You need to think about that. But how you're thinking about that is you're running through the entire course dry, figuring out exactly where every target is, how many rounds you're going to need. You plan out the whole stage versus just fucking engaging, just fucking getting thrown into something, and you got to figure the fuck out. I enjoy the live problem solving. That kind of thing really gets my goat and it gets me fucking excited. So
there's a boner.
There's a boner.
Yeah,
you see a boner?
I that's the shit I love. That's all I was gonna say.
I think I'm gonna bring up my my 34. I think I really want to put time into figuring out the issues on that.
Yeah.
You don't shoot it enough.
I don't shoot anything enough anymore.
Yeah. I gotta use that hammer, that Beretta. I gotta shoot more.
But that's not that'll be fucking terrible.
Is it bad that I have more trigger time on a Beretta than I do anything else I have?
I'll tell you this much.
And it has nothing to do with
the last 2 years, I've shot exclusively striker guns, so my hammer skills have gone out the fucking window. I'm not even good with 1911s anymore. I walk it up and down really bad. I don't ever pull it left or right, or at least it's very rare, but I will shoot low or high really commonly with hammer guns. I might bring that too. I
might bring the Beretta and the 34. Probably going to bring tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bust off a couple shots.
Bust off.
Why are you looking at me like that?
This got weird. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Right, striker guns.
I just imagine right when you ejaculate,
bust.
But I would say that a majority of my shooting as the last 6 months have been fucking simunition.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
A lot of trigger time with that, but I would say a majority has been I've been burning the shit out of simunition.
Is it actually simunition?
Yeah, shooting against people. Yeah.
I mean, or UTM or
UTM.
UTM's was so much better.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
UTMs for carbine and fucking handgun. Been doing a lot of.
That's so much cooler.
A lot of that.
Force on force.
Yep.
Fucking love that shit.
Yep.
If I could get involved with training from the training aspect of it, that's the number one thing I'd love to do. To get force on force stuff going.
Force on force on force.
On force on force.
Sounds like a rap song. Force on force on force.
On force on force.
Bust.
They're coming for guns.
Which is
They're taking our guns.
That's it. It's a remix song now. We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna take all these
Magna,
audio
come
clips.
Laude, this dude.
Fuck you. I was really excited about that.
You should be very excited.
You know what I'm excited about?
Now I just feel like a fucking nerd now.
Resident Evil 3 in March.
Yes. Resident Evil
3.
Man, we're excited about completely different things.
Resident Evil. I am excited for less than a month to not do particular things anymore. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited to start something in less than a month.
I'm excited for more of the same of what I've been doing.
Good.
I'm super excited about life.
It's terrifying, actually, what's going on with me professionally. There's all kinds of potential changes. It's a nightmare. Lots of fun. It's great. I love it.
I like nightmares, though. I have them all the time.
Depends on the nightmare.
It does depend on nightmare. All right, I think that's. I think we blew.
Can we go back to the video games? I love video games.
Yeah.
We're like, let's talk serious. I'd rather just talk about video games. But anyway, that's enough for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. I do appreciate you guys spending some time with us and supporting us along the way. We are going to be doing some changes here in the near future, and you obviously will know about everything. So thanks for stopping by. Make sure you follow everybody's social media. I've got He's ready. Look
I have one ready. I found one the other day.
I've got Bad Karma live.
A goal without a plan is just a wish.
Ooh. He has no life. Literally, that's what he does. He's a dad. That's what he is. He's a Magna cum laude.
What is it?
He's a dad. I've got clear malfunction.
If you want something in life, fucking go out there and work your ass off for it.
Ain't that the fucking truth? I am the Nitro Panda. Be sure to go to coverstandard.com. Check out everything there. I know I've been slacking about the apparel, guys. I do apologize. That will be coming in the near future. I feel like I tell you say this every episode.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it'll come up there. Maybe if you just write us some emails to complain.
Complain.
Come louder.
Magna cum laude.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Magna cum laude?
Yeah, so follow us on Instagram and hit us a like and subscribe. Appreciate it, guys.
Peace. Thank you.
Magna cum laude on this dick.
Like Magna cum laude has been
I don't know.
on
now
your
it's,
mind the
I
entire
mean,
fucking
yes,
time.
you mentioned fanciness with